Hi guys, hope you're well. Oh, feels like it's ages since I've sat down and filmed. I have been doing a little bit of playing, but it's been over a week because I film a bit in advance, just in case I have a flare or something happens. Anyway, I'll shut up. Yeah, today we're going to do part 2 of the Mokume Bokeh that I did the other day, if you remember. It feels like forever ago to me. Oh, I've got a bit of clay or something on there. So yeah, I forgot what I was saying there because I was rubbing that bit of clay off. So yeah, I thought what we would do, because these are very bright colours and I appreciate it's not everybody's cup of tea to be that colour. So I thought I'd just do, I'm going to use some metallic gold. I think this is antique gold. I'm using Cernit, of course. Guys, use whatever clays you like. And I'm also going to use a bit of this Cernit Opaline, and it's in Celadon green. It's just a really soft colour. If I could, oh, here we go. I did a couple of chips to see how much translucent I needed to put in. So I will be adding, even though this is translucent clay, I am going to add a bit more. And of course the gold, I think that was 50-50, so it needs to be even less. But I thought they would work well together, the green and the gold. And of course you're going to need some Cernit translucent. And again, just a small square of white for pushing through on the top of the block, just to get a little bit of a break line through the colours. And that's it guys, bar, you know, maybe a couple of cutters or a mould or whatever you want to use. So I will just show you how much. I'm not going to make a massive block of it, guys. I'm just going to make a nice manageable block to get 2 or 3 pendants out of, and I'll just cut myself a slither of translucent, and I'll just cut a couple of pieces off. I probably need more than that. What am I doing? Let's do it that big. So for the gold, I'm just going to put that much translucent and just a pea size of gold. I want it to be really translucent and just leave a shimmer, which this was a test bit I did with some of the other scraps, and can you just see that little shimmer across? That's what I want to try and get. So I'm literally going to put a pea size amount with that amount of clay, which is not a lot. And again, with the Cernit Opaline, I'm going to take the translucency down on this as well. Let me just get this pack open. I really don't like this plastic on Cernit. It's really crinkly and not user friendly, I'll say. I'll just cut a bit off this. So probably double. So this, you know, do half and half. Or if you're using just a flat colour, I would put just a quarter of colour with it. Bear in mind with your reds, they might go a bit pinky. Bear that in mind, guys. So I'm just going to make them two for my smudges, and then I'm just going to use some translucent for my layers. So I'll just cut another slither of that off. That'll probably be plenty for what we need. Just like I say, enough to make a small block. That will give us enough for just a couple of pendants. Of course, make as much as you want, guys. And that's it really. I'll go and get these ready, and I will condition. Oh, it's there. I'll just show you. This is just Cernit number 1 white. We just need a small piece of this to sit on top of our clay. So you know, just you know, I always use my little square cutter, don't I, to make my Mokume to be a bit more manageable. So just a small slither of white as well. I'll get that conditioned, and I'll see you in a sec when all this is ready. Hi guys, all set. So I've got my green, I've got my gold, I've got my piece of white for later, and I've got my translucent. That's on a 0, these two are on a 3, and my white is on a 0 setting as well. So we'll just cut some squares out. I think we need like 6 or 8, maybe less, but I'll cut as many as I can out. It doesn't go to waste, does it, when it's all the same colour you're using. And I will just make use of that end scrap for my base piece. I'll just pop this on there, guys, because it doesn't tend to get used much, that bottom bit, does it, if you know what I mean. So I may as well just use scraps on it. I'll just give it a roll. There we go. Okay, so we've got some white squares, we've got our green, we've got our gold. I'm just going to use my little cutter again, guys. I just find it handy to do it in a circle. Oh, pressed a bit hard then. It's a good job it's a little plunger, because I keep getting stuck. It's because the clay is quite sticky and warm, which helps for this technique, by the way, guys, if your clay is really warm. Just cut some circles out. And we're just going to do exactly like we did with the red and amber, and we're just going to do layers of them both, and stack it up. So I think I'll start with gold. I'm just going to soften it a bit, make sure it's smudging well. And this gold looks really weird coloured, doesn't it, with the translucent. It's, as I've said previously in my little conditioning video, it's the white tone, isn't it, in the clay that makes everything look a bit funky till it's baked. And don't forget, we need to leave little white pieces. Just make sure when I put this down that I'm not trapping any air, because we don't want pesky plaques, do we? Okay, green. I put one in the middle, and what I'm trying to do is just layer this over where the white bits may have been on the layer underneath, and just smudge it out. I'll just put a half piece there to smudge that way and that way. There we go. Just make sure them edges are smudgy. I've had some really lovely feedback off the first video, guys, so thank you. I really appreciate your comments and stuff. And then back to the gold. Oh, I've picked a bit of something up there. Let's smudge that out. Let's see if I can stretch this one a bit up. There we go. It cools quickly on my glass mat, so sometimes I have to be a bit careful or it doesn't smudge, it kind of rips. Just stretch this out a bit. Oh, again, just giving that a smooth over. I forgot what I did last. Gold. To make sure I've tried not to trap any air in. I can see I have. Yeah, if you see any bubbles at this point, guys, I'd suggest you try and get them out, or you're going to end up with quite a big plaque in there, which we don't need. I think I'll just put 2 on this one and that way, and one that way. Oh, and I'm just going to keep going till my squares have done. I think I've used 6. I forgot what I've just done. Green, gold. Okay, it probably doesn't matter, to be honest, guys, with what we're doing. Oh, these have got quite cold. I'll just warm them up a bit. Nearly done. I think I didn't do as many layers on the last one, did I? But not to worry. Do as many as you want. And I forgot what I just did. Gold. Memory like a sieve. Nearly done. This is a bigger block than the last one, isn't it? And finishing with gold. just put a little bit more on this end here. Just give that a little roll. Right, let's clean some of this mess up. And these bits. Quick wipe. Let's get my hands clean because there's a bit of mica on from the gold. Oh, while I remember, guys, I'd avoid doing this with maybe the coppers and the rust coloured metals, especially the Cernit ones. They have a bit of a pigment in them and they go quite pinky, so it will tint your clay pink when you try and do more than, say, 50% translucent. So just bear that in mind if you're having a go. Maybe stick to the silvers or the beigey based metallics, or you know, they do some coloured ones as well, don't they? So you could do that. Right guys, I'm just going to roll this out a little bit. Just let me flip it, make sure that bottom's catching up, and I'm just going to cut it and stack it as we did in the last one. Again, be mindful that I'm not trapping any air. You can just see our thin layers through there. Give this a nice roll. Where's my square doodahs? They're a bit grubby. Let me just use these to quickly get it back into a square. Oh, by the way guys, British guys, if you didn't know, these are tiny Pandora ones, but PC UK Tools also stock them if you ever fancied getting some, because I know with the customs and stuff, ordering things sometimes from the States can be a little bit expensive. So yeah, they're available in the UK if you ever wanted to try some. They are a bit of a saver with your hands. You can see a little bubble there. Let's just get it nicked. We don't want any pesky plaques. There we go. Is that big enough for my white? And this is just my white square, guys, by the way. Just pop that down and try and make sure again I haven't got any bubbles stuck. Give it a little roll. I don't want to make it too big because I want to use one of my Happy Hands presses on this one. Let me just bring it in a little bit. I don't, you know, the Cernit makes them very strong, so they have a border around rather than just flimsy bits of things flapping. It wouldn't matter if you caught the border in, to be fair, because it all adds, doesn't it? You know, you could have a big piece and move it around, couldn't you, to get your pattern? But I may as well just make sure it's all in the cutter while I'm doing it. Okay, let's give this a push. I'm through. I think give it a wiggle. I'll just get this back together. Let's give it a roll first. There we go. Let's get this back up. Oh, can you see that bubble there popping up? Pesky things. There we go, nice and bonny. I made a few dots through. Oh, Doris, stop it! She's lay over by the side of the heater. She's having a wash, and that's all I can hear is. Where's my little pressy things? I did have one. Oh, there it is. I'm going to say I knew I've got one out. I'm just using the square end one, and I think I'll just, not a lot, maybe do 3, just to add a bit of interest. And I'm not going to worry again, guys, about leaving holes in it. I think it looks pretty cool doing that, but so I'm just going to leave mine as it is, and if the holes close or not, it doesn't really matter. I'm not going to worry about it this time. Let's just have a little wipe up. So guys, there we go. I'm going to let this rest just for a few minutes because I have got the heater on, so it is quite warm in here today because our weather has been shocking. It's done nothing but rain. It's not cold though, but it just feels a bit cool in here today, so I'll put the heater on just for a little bit. Okay guys, I'm going to let that rest. I'll just go and have a coffee and stuff, and I'll see you in a min. See you in a min. Hi guys, okay, this has rested a little bit now. I just mixed all the scraps I had, the green, the translucent and the gold. I just mixed them all up for a bit of a backing. Obviously I put it through on my little sheet to put a pattern on the back. And I think I'm just going to use this cutter, and I'll maybe use this mould as well. I'll just get a bit of cling film while I remember, so I can dome my edges with my cutter. Okay, we're good to go. Got a scrap of paper for burnishing. Right. Let's cut a slither off this and see how it goes. Ooh, look at that. It's pretty. A couple of little air bubbles, but I'm not going to stress it. Okay. I think I'll pop this one in the mould. So what I'm going to do is just position it, and I'm just going to give it a press. Then I can see where I need to just trim some of this excess off, and it doesn't get wasted, if that makes sense. I can make a little bit of something from that piece then. Just make sure that surface is okay before I start pushing it in. Now this mould, some of the moulds from Miroslav moulds, they have little marks on because they've been, somebody's made a piece and then he's used the mould. I think Ludmilla sent him a lot of pieces, so sometimes you do get a little dimple or a little something on them. But they're very natural shapes, aren't they? And that's what I love about them. And to be totally honest, I generally give them a sand anyway, so if there is a tiny little divot in the shape of the mould, it doesn't really matter too much. But I just noticed on a couple, I could see the pattern from the Mokume or whatever's been used to make the mould. At least you know they're truly handmade and not mass produced. That's something these days, isn't it? Okay, let's just give this a little roll to make sure it's nice and smooth, and I shall pop this out onto my scrap of paper. There we go. I can see a couple of divots there where my hole didn't close up, but I think it kind of makes it look stone-like sometimes, you know, if you just leave a little bit of something on the surface. But it'll be fine when it's had a little sand. Okay, so we've got that one, and then I just want to make I'm hoping to get 2 slithers out of this, guys. Or should I just roll that out? No, I'll stretch it too much then. Okay, it's a little bit thin in areas, but once I've rolled it, it'll be fine. My backing's a number 1, so that's plenty. Let me grab a couple of lolly sticks. I'll just give this a little roll that way first, because I need to elongate it, don't I? Okay, and now we're going to go down to 1 lolly stick. Just let me loosen it before I do it, or it stretches without moving. There we go. Nice smooth surface there. Don't even think I need to burnish that, guys. Luckily I didn't have any spots on my roller. Let me just, I have got a tiny bit of clay stuck, so I'll just make sure that my roller is absolutely spotless, and I'll roll over it again, just so that I know that the surface is super smooth. Okay, let's get this picked up. And pop it on our veneer, our backing. Where's my bit of paper gone? Oh, I used it, didn't I? Get another scrap. I'll just smooth that over. I really don't think this needs a burnishing now, guys. I think it's going to be a really nice surface. Okay, let's get this backing off. I might get 2 pendants out of this one, guys. You never know. You never know. Let's see what we can do. Get my film down without any crinkles in it. Okay. If I do that there, I think I'm all covered. Yep, and then I might be able to get a long thin pendant with that piece. Oh, I think that's gone through nicely. Done it again and cut through the cling film. I like to use the thicker stuff that comes with packaging, but I haven't got any left. See if I can just get that up without causing mischief on my pendant. Oh, there's a bit there with an air bubble. Maybe I can, no, do it here, Kath. Just try and get that edge up. Got it. Just smooth that little bit there where I caught it with the pin. Beautiful. Just go around with my nail. All these tools we have, and I'll go around with my nail, but it does smooth your edge off nice with your nail. There we go. And I will give that surface a little bit of a burnish because the film just left a little mark in it. Put my pin back before I stab myself. There, I think that's okay. Let's get it up and on a bit of paper. In fact, I think I'll put this on my soap thing, guys. Just give it a little dome. I always like that, just subtle dome. Just adds a bit of something, doesn't it? Just make sure that's stuck down. Okay, so we've got them two. And I've got this little scrap left here, so I think what I will do is, so let me get that kink out of it, just give that a little, in fact let's get rid of that waste bit out the way, just give that a little burnish because I've put a fingerprint on it. And where's my long thin cutter? There you are. Oh, perfect. I'll just get another nice pendant out of that, guys. I can double this film over and hopefully then it won't, oh that's a bit crinkly, isn't it? If I double it over it might not cut through, might it? It is a bit wrinkly, but it is what it is. I'm not going to worry. Okay. Oh, I've not got the pressure in my hands today, guys. Let's use that and make sure it's gone through. Oh, doubling it over worked. Must remember that for next time, eh? Okay, I think I'll put a little hole in this, maybe do it on the paper then it doesn't distort. Let's get it picked up. I've got a few crumbs around that edge, so let me clean them up. Oh, my little clips have come undone again. What's going on? There, that's better. Saves me having to wipe them when I pick it up, doesn't it? Come on. Let's just have a check. Just them little corners that I missed. Okay, let's pop this down on the paper. Make sure it's straight. Give it a little burnish. Oh, got a little line there where I touched it with the paper. Right, where's my little cutters? I just put a little hole in this top, like so, and just make sure that hasn't distorted too badly. It's funny how it does that, doesn't it? Even though it's cutting a little hole out, sometimes it just bulges. There, that's fine. Okay guys, I'll go and get these in oven and I'll see you when they are baked. See you in a minute. Hi guys, all done. I've took the liberty of polishing them. Just bear in mind when these come out of the oven, they're going to look awful. They need polishing, or they need varnishing or something to bring out that translucency and that subtle colour. I really like that. You can just see the little flecks of gold running through and the green, and then this little bit of white just breaks that up. Here's this one again, some lovely flecks of gold just shimmering through. Look almost stone-like, don't they? I think this one's my favourite though. Some beautiful swirls and smudges of green and gold through it. The back's a bit blur, but I did sand it a little bit. It helps with the translucency if the back's clear. And with that little slither that was left, I just took 2 or 3 slivers off it and I've laid the slithers over some Opaline. So we've got this very subtle dome, which I think looks pretty cool. I'm hoping you can pick up the flashes of the gold through the camera. And as usual guys, I haven't got any decent stringing material that matches these. Brownies doesn't work. Obviously silver's not too brill because of the gold, so I've just got this gold cord out just to show you something. I'm not going to string them. I've actually ordered some cream and some white Buna, so I'm hoping them 2 colours will come in handy for me. But I'll just pop it on that to show you and to do my pictures. So that's that one, and that the backing colour looks lovely, doesn't it, from the scraps? It's giving it a green haze through the translucent. And of course this is just an Opaline back. Let me try and get that string through that hole. So that's that one. And I may as well just pop, oh, I'm in a knot. I may as well just pop this cord through this hole on this one and show you what it would be like strung, although I can't pull it through. I'll just do it single. You'll get the gist. It just needs a bit of colour, doesn't it, next to the translucent. So yeah, that with a nice little gold bead maybe, or a pale green bead. Maybe a jade bead would work nice with that. But there you go guys, there they are. I'm definitely going to be doing this again. I'm now thinking I might try it with a blue and a green. I think that would look pretty cool, and maybe add a little bit of silver in little smudges. But there we go, another Mokume Bokeh, I'll call it again. nice and soft and diffused, not in your face. And I mean, these ones were very soft, weren't they, but they're very bright colours. So the same technique, just using different colours, totally different again. Okay guys, I shall leave it there, and I shall see you all in the next video. Thanks, bye.